Hello. So today is actually not 365. This is an episode of So nobody asked me, but it is what time is it? It's 5 a.m. on what's today? I don't even know. August 10th. It's 5 a.m. on August 10th, and I've been seeing this, the UK riots, right? And I've been seeing, this everybody talking about Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. Oh my gosh, he has such a platform, social media. And okay, it's driving me crazy. Why? I'm not saying that what Elon Musk texting civil war is inevitable if you put people together and you don't teach them. I'm not saying it's correct because, God, I'm like, somebody should, like, Elon Musk, it's not okay that he should be tweeting, but I feel like he should have somebody that looks at his tweets before he puts them out. Make sure that the idea you're trying to say is properly put together before you put it out, right? So that you don't give people stuff to harp on. Now, I'm looking at all these people, all these leaders talking about Elon Musk, Elon Musk. I'm like, who gives a snap? People are people are upset, people are burning things, people are doing all this, and you are focusing on Elon Musk and social media today in today's world. Really? Like it drives me crazy when whenever bad things happen and government officials look for social media or before it used to be new media, which is like radio, TV as a scapegoat. No, the problem is you're not educating people properly in schools to have like critical thinking and to have what's that other thing? Like media literacy. And so if they see something, they believe it. If they see something online, they believe it. If somebody tells them something, they believe it. You don't teach them, okay, I hear something, I have to look for evidence. I don't just believe what somebody says, even if I love the person. Now, again, nobody's gonna, like me, of course. Whenever somebody tells me something and I love them and I feel like I trust their judgment, most times I don't check. But to actually go out of my house and protest and be upset about something to that level, I feel like you have to make sure that what you are upset about is completely true. It's completely true. You have to have actually maybe seen a video, or you have to have actually like somebody had to have been there and told you yes this is true, or like, and then for something like this where I'm like, how do you look at somebody and know exactly where they were born? You have no idea. Oh well, he's probably an immigrant. It's probably what somebody said one time, and then it probably grew through the telephone. It grew to, oh, he's an immigrant. But the things that you don't know, and so that's what they should be focusing on, not Elon Musk. I'm like, oh, Elon Musk has a platform, and I'm like, okay, everybody knows that Elon Musk is a monkey for tweeting something like this in the middle of this thing. But forget the way he said it. What is he saying? From me, what I got from it was that if you put people, you bring people from somewhere, and you put them in a society, or somebody comes to another society, and you don't teach the people in the society about them, about their similarities, about their differences, about how they do things, and then you don't teach those people too. Like you don't have programs to assimilate those people too and say, hey, okay, this is how you do stuff here. We don't do stuff like this here. We don't like you don't teach people culture. I know because I came from another culture into one culture, and everybody just assumes that you know the rules. No, it's so annoying. I'm like, no, you don't know the rules. The way you where you come from, people do things differently. And people assume that you know the rules. Number one, and people don't know anything about where you're coming from, and they don't ask. They just assume, and you too, you do things the way you know or the way you think is best, and people actually attack you for it. And the funny thing is that even if you ask, like I was listening to something, there's this guy that does green flag, red flag, and he was talking. So this girl, she's African, like me, right? And she went to a German wedding, like she was invited to a German wedding, and she asked them, she's like, hey, what is the dress code? What are the dress colors? And he told her to look her best. And so she said, oh, okay, fine. I'm going to do, because yes, in Africa, when you have a wedding, let me explain this to you. Oh, you ridiculous people that invited the woman and started giving her the code. Basically, they gave her the code. So she came, kind of, sorry, let me tell the story. I think, as you can see, I'm annoyed. But anyway, so she was invited to the wedding. She asked them the dress code or color. They told her, oh, just wear your best. Da, da, da. And so she dressed like an African. Like she wore nice clothes, green, she said. And that way she got there, everybody was complimenting her. And then the person who invited her was the mother of the bride. And the bride themselves were very cold. And she didn't understand, but she continued, right? And she's like, oh, congratulations and stuff. And then when she got to the office, the Monday, people were kind of stack gossiping and about how she took like the bride's thunder and stuff like that. She's like, hey, but I asked you. And where I come from, people dress really nice at weddings. And basically they're like, hey, you're not even like feeling bad for what you did. And this is in Africa. We don't do things like that. And exactly, when you come from another culture, that's what people do, unfortunately. And people don't know that they're being insensitive because in their head, you should already know. But I'm like, mother, how should we already know? Nobody teaches us. What we do is trial and error, trial and error. And this is why the younger you come to a place, the better it is. Because when you're young, people forgive you easily. When you're older, people just think you're an idiot. And so that's why when people say, oh my gosh, an older person comes and they're not even trying to assimilate. The thing is that by the time you make the first mistake, people think you're an idiot, people insult you, people put you down. Second mistake, people think you're an idiot. You just go back to your own community, which you know, which you already can thrive in, because nobody likes to. Do you know how hard it is to fail? I know, like we tell, I'm in education, right? We tell people failing is okay, your stuff is okay, but it's so difficult. And especially when you come from a place where you are amazing and wonderful, and the only reason you ran to another place is because of war. Do you know how difficult it is? It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. And these are the things that people should be teaching people that are original in the country. They should be teaching them about these things, how hard it is for people. And yes, I hear where I was going to rant. I'm like, in Africa, right? Or in Nigeria anyway. I know about the rest of Africa. The bride is already taken. The bride already has a husband. That's what you're coming to do. The rest of the women there, it is your opportunities to shine, because you don't know if you're gonna come and you're gonna find your husband there at that event. So you are encouraged to shine. Like if I ever get married, that's the point. The point is not for me to look the finest on that day. No, 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 no. The point is that everybody I know should be bringing their best foot forward on that wedding day. Why? Because maybe that's the day you're gonna find your own husband. Look the best. It is a peacock show, ma. It's a peacock show. The bride is already taken. She already has husband. So who cares? But yes. Anyway, again, I'm not saying that what Elon Musk did is great, but I'm saying that let us take the lesson from what he's saying and grow from it. Ignore that, because I'm like, have you ever listened to Elon Musk talk? Dude talks like he's typical science student that's talking. They don't express stuff well. That's why I'm like, if my child tells me he wants to do science or engineering, I will kick him if he doesn't go to a liberal arts college. Sorry, I'm like, God, all these liberal colleges that are dying, please don't die. If I wait until I don't know when I'm gonna have children, because let's say maybe I have children next 2 years, so wait until another 30 years before you go out of business, please, because people need to learn to write and to express themselves and to express themselves correctly. Because now I'm learning that before it used to be the medium is the message. Now the medium and the packaging and the way you say it is the message is crazy. Like you can't just say something and then people have the amount of critical thinking needed to kind of get what you might mean from that thing. And then of course you have the officials who are just going to try their best to harp on it so that people are distracted from the real issue. The real issue here, all officials, is that people need to improve their critical thinking and their media literacy. That is the real issue. Elon Musk is a monkey. I agree. However, he is not the problem here. Social media is not the problem here. The problem here is that people, unfortunately, the education system is failing a lot of people. I'm in education and I'm saying this, like I see the students are coming and it's almost like each year they are worse than the other ones. They have lost their confidence, they have lost their ability to ask questions, they are losing these things, and instead we're focusing on social media. Oh my god, social media is maybe social media is contributing. This is true. I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying though is that it's almost like somebody is saying, "Oh, my house burns," and you say, "Oh yeah, your house burns because you left your stove on fire." Yes, it is true. I left my stove on fire, but however, why is it that this complex I live in that's supposed to be high tech and wonderful doesn't have a sprinkler system? Why is it that this place I live in that is wonderful doesn't have a fire extinguisher? All these things need to be in place, and then I have to act right for everything to work. So yes, oh my gosh, it's driving me. Like I've seen it for like 3 4 days. I don't even know when the event happened, but I've seen it for a while. I'm like, can we please move? And in this day and age, again, not nobody's saying that social media, all these things are very important because hey, it's how people disseminate hate. But we know that already. We know that already. So can we stop being surprised, all officials, every time it happens and blaming social media every time it happens? No, 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 no. If you know that there is a hole somewhere, fill it up. You know there's a pothole somewhere, fill it up. Not that when the car enters it, you know, say, my gosh, it's because there's a pothole. Oh, no shit. Okay, why didn't you fill it up, officials? Like, my goodness, what is your point? What is the job that you are doing? If it is not to educate people, if it is not to make sure that people have food and have security and have water and have all these things, if it is not that, then what are you doing? You should all just go do something else then. If you're going to push policy to, then go do something else. Okay. Again, this has been another episode of So Nobody Asked Me, but because like I said, I'm not gonna say this to people around me because they're like, oh, everybody thinks that you're crazy. But I'm like, okay, this frustration has to go out into the world because I can't be the only one thinking about it. Now, if I'm actually going to put it out, I don't know. So let's see. Have a great day.